On a dark and lonely night, somewhere on a mountain road in Europe, a biker races through the cold wind. His name is Moreau, a French biker with a terrifying secret. When night falls, he becomes something far more dangerous, a cursed rider with a flaming skull and powers born from hell itself. Moreau is heading toward an old monastery hidden deep in the mountains. This place is not just holy ground. It is home to a secret religious group guarding a dangerous secret. Inside the monastery are a young boy named Danny and his mother Nadia. They are being protected because an ancient prophecy says the boy may change the fate of the world. Moreau knows the truth. Dark forces are already moving. He warns the monks that Danny and Nadia must be taken somewhere safe fast. But before they can escape, disaster strikes. A group of heavily armed mercenaries storm the monastery. They show no mercy, killing everyone in their way. The attack is led by Ray Kerrigan, a ruthless illegal arms dealer who wants the boy for his own evil plans. As chaos breaks out, Danny manages to escape the room where he was hiding with his mother. The two try to flee through the dark halls, but Kerrigan's men catch up to them. Guns are raised. There is nowhere to run. Just when all hope seems lost, Moreau arrives. He takes down the gunmen one by one and saves them. After the fight, Moreau tells Nadia to come with him. He promises to take her and her son somewhere safe, but Nadia doesn't trust him. Instead of listening, she runs through a gate, finds one of the monastery's vehicles, and escapes with Danny. As soon as Moreau realizes what she's done, he jumps onto his motorcycle and goes after her. At the same time, Kerrigan and his men join the chase. An intense highway chase begins. Cars and bikes race through the night at full speed. Kerrigan pulls out a gun and starts firing at Moreau's motorcycle. The shots hit and Moreau is thrown off the road. But before crashing, Moreau fires back and shoots the car's wheels. Kerrigan's vehicle flips over and crashes violently. Somehow Moreau survives the fall. Now the secret religious group is gone, and Moreau knows he can't protect Danny alone. He needs help from someone even more dangerous. So Moreau goes looking for another biker, not just any biker. He searches for Johnny Blaze, the man known as Ghost Rider. Years ago, Johnny made a deal with a demon to save his father's life, but the demon tricked him. Now Johnny is cursed, his body controlled by the spirit of vengeance. Whenever evil is near, Johnny turns into Ghost Rider, a man with a flaming skull and hellfire power. Since then, Johnny has stayed away from the world. He hides, fights dark creatures in secret, and struggles to control the curse inside him. Moreau finally tracks Johnny down in a destroyed city. He asks for help, begging him to save Danny and his mother, but Johnny refuses at first. He's tired of running, tired of the curse. He even attacks Moreau, swinging his huge iron chain trying to scare him away, but Moreau doesn't back down. He tells Johnny that if he helps save the boy, he will give him the one thing he wants more than anything else: freedom from the curse forever. Johnny hesitates. He doesn't fully believe it, but the hope is enough. In the end, Johnny Blaze agrees. When night falls, Johnny calls out to the spirit inside him. The demon power awakens, and Zeros, the spirit of vengeance, takes control. Johnny transforms into Ghost Rider, his skull bursting into flames as he races off on his burning motorcycle. There's no time to lose. At the same moment, Nadia and Danny are being chased down the road by Kerrigan and his men. With nowhere left to run, Nadia stops at an abandoned place and pulls out her gun. But she's no match for Kerrigan. She's quickly overpowered. Nadia begs Kerrigan to spare her son, but he doesn't care about the boy. To break Danny, Kerrigan plans to kill his mother right in front of him. He raises his gun and aims at Nadia's head. Suddenly, a burning motorcycle flies through the air and slams into the ground beside them. From the flames rises a biker with a flaming skull and blackened clothes. It's Ghost Rider. Kerrigan orders his men to open fire. Bullets fly, but they don't touch him. Ghost Rider throws his flaming chain, grabs one of the gunmen, and burns him into nothing. The second mercenary tries to fight back, but Ghost Rider dodges every shot. Then he uses his deadliest power, the penance stare. With one look, he burns the man's soul, forcing him to feel every sin he's ever committed. Realizing they're outmatched, Kerrigan and his men pull out grenade launchers and fire. The explosions hit hard, throwing Ghost Rider away and giving Kerrigan the chance he needs. He grabs Danny and escapes into the night. The next day, Kerrigan makes a call to his mysterious boss. The voice on the other end belongs to the same demon who once tricked Johnny Blaze. Kerrigan complains that the job has become dangerous. He says he didn't sign up to fight a biker with a burning spirit, so he wants more payment. ROR quickly realizes who Kerrigan is talking about. He asks to speak to Danny on the phone. The moment Danny's voice comes through, the demon casts a spell. The boy's presence disappears completely, making him impossible to track. After that, ROR gives a clear order. Kerrigan must bring Danny directly to him. Meanwhile, Johnny Blaze wakes up in a hospital bed. A nurse is checking on him, but Johnny doesn't plan to stay. When he gets the chance, he steals some medicine, grabs his clothes, and escapes from the hospital. Outside, he runs into Nadia. Johnny tries to explain, but Nadia doesn't trust him. She pulls out a gun and points it at his head, demanding to know why he's following her. Johnny tells her the truth. He made a deal with Moreau to save Danny, but now he can't feel the boy anymore. If he wants to find Danny, he needs Nadia's help. After thinking it over, Nadia agrees. They hit the road together in a pickup truck, loading Johnny's motorcycle in the back. Along the way, Nadia finally opens up and tells Johnny the truth about her past. Years ago, Kerrigan was her boyfriend. When she tried to leave him, he threw her off a building and left her to die. Near death, Nadia was found by ROR. The demon saved her life, but in return, she had to give birth to a child. That child was Danny, and Danny is meant to be the Antichrist. Meanwhile, Danny is still being transported by Kerrigan, but the boy suddenly stands up inside the moving car and takes control of the steering wheel. The car swerves wildly. Kerrigan tries to stop him, but it's too late. The vehicle crashes and flips over in the middle of the road. Danny manages to escape, but while running, he twists his foot. Kerrigan and his men catch up to him and capture him again. Soon after, they come across a young couple camping in a van. Sadly, the couple has no chance. Kerrigan kills them and continues his journey, with Danny now tied up in the back seat. Far away, Nadia makes a risky decision. She decides to visit the hideout of one of Kerrigan's friends, hoping to find out where he is. When they arrive, Nadia and Johnny capture the man and force him to talk. But during this, Johnny starts to feel something is wrong. He senses that Zeros wants to come out again. Johnny knows that if the spirit of vengeance fully takes over, it won't just kill criminals. Nadia could die too. While fighting this battle inside himself, Johnny demands Kerrigan's location. The man finally gives in and says Kerrigan went to an old quarry. Nadia knows the place and decides to go there by car. Johnny can't hold Zeros back anymore, so he races ahead on his motorcycle. At the quarry, Kerrigan is meeting an arms dealer. He's buying heavy weapons strong enough to stop Ghost Rider. Soon after, Nadia arrives and sneaks into a warehouse. Inside, she finds Danny tied up. She frees him, and they try to escape. But one of Kerrigan's men shows up and knocks Nadia to the ground. He pulls out a gun and is about to kill her. Then he hears the roar of a motorcycle. Nadia uses the moment to pull a hidden gun and shoots the man outside the warehouse. Kerrigan hears the engine too and knows Ghost Rider is coming. He grabs a bazooka and fires a heat-seeking missile. The missile locks onto the biker's flames and hits him directly. Kerrigan celebrates, thinking it's over. But then he looks again and sees Ghost Rider standing in the distance. Zeros powers up his chain with hellfire and starts taking out Kerrigan's men one by one. One mercenary fires at him, but Ghost Rider absorbs the bullets and fires them back. Ghost Rider charges toward Kerrigan. Kerrigan reloads and fires another missile. The explosion hits hard, and Ghost Rider's flames start to fade. Still, he's not done. Ghost Rider lifts a huge mining machine, covers it in flames, and turns it into a burning weapon. He drives it through the quarry, destroying everything and anyone in his way. Meanwhile, Kerrigan spots Nadia escaping with Danny and aims his gun at them. Ghost Rider jumps off the machine, grabs Kerrigan with his chain, and prepares to finish him, but he stops. Nadia and Danny are already gone. Ghost Rider jumps back on his motorcycle and catches up to them in seconds. He pulls Nadia out of the car and tries to use the penance stare on her. Suddenly, Danny steps forward and orders him to stop. Strangely, Ghost Rider obeys. As he moves closer to the boy, Zeros grows weaker and the flames fade. The spirit of vengeance disappears, leaving Johnny Blaze standing there. Another day passes. The quarry is now a place of total destruction. Roarke arrives and finds Kerrigan crushed under debris, barely alive. But Roarke still needs him. The demon revives Kerrigan, giving him new power. Kerrigan comes back with white hair, pale skin, and deadly abilities. Anything he touches can turn to dust. He tests his power on a nearby medic and destroys him with a single touch. Roarke orders him to find Danny. Meanwhile, Johnny, Nadia, and Danny reunite with Moreau, who picks them up on his motorcycle and takes them to his secret hideout. On the way, Johnny even gives Danny a fun ride, showing off his bike tricks. But there's no time to relax. Kerrigan, now known as Blackout, is hunting them. After hours of travel, they reach Moreau's hidden base, where the rest of his group is hiding. There, they meet Methodius, a monk who promises to protect Nadia and Danny and stop the prophecy from coming true. But Johnny can't stay with them. As Moreau promised, there is a way to remove Zaros from his body. Danny doesn't like this idea at all, but Johnny explains that the curse inside him is dangerous. If Zaros loses control, Nadia or Danny could be killed, so Johnny decides to leave. Moreau takes Johnny to a hidden cave filled with ancient wine bottles. This is where the ritual will happen. Before it begins, Johnny asks what Zaros truly is. Moreau explains that Zaros was once an angel of justice, but darkness twisted him, turning justice into revenge. Johnny wonders if Zaros could be saved and turned back into a righteous angel. Moreau says it might be possible, but Johnny chooses another path. He wants the curse gone. Moreau tells Johnny he must confess his greatest sin. Johnny admits the truth. He made the deal with Roarke out of selfishness. He wanted his father to live, even though he knew his time was over. Since then, Johnny has lived with guilt for every life taken as ghostwriter. With true regret in his heart, Johnny is ready. Moreau gives him bread and wine, symbols of sacrifice. Then he leads Johnny down a narrow path inside the cave, a path only Johnny can walk. On the other side, Johnny enters a bright chamber filled with doors and sunlight. The light weakens Zaros. Johnny feels the spirit fighting to stay inside him. Memories rush back. The night Roarke offered him the deal that changed everything. At last, despite Zaros resisting, the spirit leaves Johnny's body. Johnny collapses. Hours later, he wakes up. He's alive, and for the first time in years, he's free. Johnny rushes outside to tell Moreau, but Moreau is gone. Then he hears Nadia screaming. Johnny runs toward the sound and sees something horrifying. Nadia, Danny, and Moreau are being taken by the monks. Johnny tries to stop them, but without Ghost Rider's powers, he's easily beaten. Methodius reveals the truth. The monks plan to kill Danny to stop the prophecy. Moreau tries to reason with them, but they refuse to listen. All three are locked away. Later, Methodius brings Danny out in front of the monks. He raises a blade, ready to kill the boy. Suddenly, Blackheart appears. With his new powers, Kerrigan slaughters the monks one by one. Methodius tries to fight back, but his weapon turns to dust. When he attacks with his hand, it disintegrates too. Blackheart ends his life brutally. With everyone dead, Blackheart takes Danny and leaves to deliver him to Roarke. Not long after, Johnny, Moreau, and Nadia escape their prison. Danny is gone. They realize the demon has taken him. Johnny asks why Roarke wants the boy so badly. Moreau explains the truth. Roarke plans to move his soul into Danny's body. The ritual will give him a strong new body, half human and half demon, powerful enough to rule the world. Johnny doesn't hesitate. Even without his powers, he vows to save Danny. Moreau knows where the ritual will take place. Before leaving, they arm themselves from the monk's weapon storage. Meanwhile, Kerrigan brings Danny to Roarke. The demon reveals the final truth. He is Danny's father. His current body is breaking down, so he needs Danny's body to survive. Danny refuses this fate. Roarke injects him with a drug, knocking him unconscious. Then he carries the boy into a huge arena to begin the ritual. As dusk falls, Johnny and Moreau arrive, with Nadia already armed and ready. She quietly takes out the guards one by one. Once the path is clear, the plan begins. Moreau stays behind to deal with the remaining guards, while Johnny sneaks into the arena to save Danny. Inside, Johnny finds the boy just as Roarke starts transferring his soul into him. At the same time, Moreau bursts in and opens fire on the demon's followers, taking them down and drawing Roarke's attention. This gives Johnny his chance. He rushes forward, punches Roarke in the face, and tries to pull Danny away. But it's too late. The demon's power has already entered the boy. Danny pushes Johnny back with terrifying strength. Things get worse outside. Moreau comes face to face with Blackheart. The villain grabs Moreau and uses his power to destroy his body. Knowing he won't survive, Moreau uses his last strength to headbutt Blackheart, turning him to dust. Now Johnny is alone. Blackheart attacks Johnny, slowly breaking him down. Without Ghost Rider's power, Johnny is helpless. Then Danny steps forward. Johnny tries to reach him, but Danny has changed. He realizes that as Roarke's son, he holds the same power. The boy fires a blast of fire from his mouth, sending Zaros back into Johnny's body. Ghost Rider returns. With hellfire blazing, he wipes out the enemies around him. Roarke grabs Danny, now weak from the transfer, and escapes with his army. Ghost Rider summons his motorcycle and gives chase. A massive highway battle begins. Grenade launchers fire. but Ghost Rider steals a truck and turns it into a flaming weapon, smashing enemy vehicles off the road. Nadia joins the fight, driving to help rescue Danny. Blackout jumps onto her car and shatters the windshield with one finger. Ghost Rider pulls him off with his chain and the two fight fiercely. Blackout nearly wins, choking Johnny and weakening the flames. But Ghost Rider gathers his strength and uses the penance stare, destroying Blackout's soul. He throws the villain onto the road, where Nadia's car finishes him. Only a Roarke remains. Ghost Rider races after him, hooks his chain onto the demon's car, and flips it off the road. Roarke crawls away, badly hurt, but Ghost Rider grabs him and throws him back into hell. The battle is over, but then Ghost Rider hears Nadia screaming for Danny. The boy was in the crash and lies unconscious. For the first time, the spirit of vengeance feels guilt. Ghost Rider pulls Danny from the wreck and gives him back to his mother. Johnny returns to human form and senses something different. Zaros has changed. His flames turn blue, showing that he has become an angel of justice once again. Using this new power, Johnny brings Danny back to life. The boy wakes up, free from ROR and the prophecy. Nadia and Danny can finally live in peace, and Johnny Blaze accepts his fate. He and Zaros remain together, not as a curse, but as balance, united as the Ghost Rider. So what did you think of this movie? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed the recap, like and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.